Nice.
So here we are.
So this is
This
fives.
is MP-5.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a channel back design versus a muscle back.
Yeah. There's quite a difference there. It's not so progressive as maybe my fours from the
Right.
back. So is there a bit more weight in this part of the club?
Well, that's the main thing that the channel back lets us do, is that we can keep a lot of weight down low, so it's got the thickness behind impact, but this lets us just play with a little bit of weight to try to dial in kind of sweet spot where you want it.
Yeah.
So in the short irons, you look at kind of the wedge, you can see the channel's really high in the blade, so there's a lot of thickness here.
Yeah.
And then when you get into the longer irons, the channel gets a little bit lower, so
Yeah.
we're able to get a little bit more weight low in the head.
Okay.
So you get easier launching here, and a little
Yeah.
bit more control, and a little bit easier to flight long iron or
Okay.
short irons.
Yeah, if you looked at them in a shop like that, they'd think blade probably.
Right. So that was kind of the idea, is hopefully it'll appeal to the blade guy. We'll see it on the shelf and really like that. But at the same time, it's a little bit more playable than a normal one.
Definitely, yeah.
Just kind of a more modern approach to designing a blade.
Yeah.
Well,
Initial thoughts were I could probably get the whole set in.
Well, let's hit them and compare them.
Yeah, let's try it.
So what's your feeling on just the shaping of it and the look from a dress or look from behind? And
Well, looking here, I mean, it's very elegant, isn't it? The lines and the design. I like, how we've got the sort of almost muscle look to it, right behind the logo, where you can really see us like the meat of the club.
right.
But putting it down, it looks to me like it's just it's like a blade that's put on a little bit of weight.
You nailed it. I mean, it is just slightly larger than the MP-4.
Yeah.
But it's not big. It's
No.
still a blade. So
Not
it's
at
still
all.
very compacted address, but it is just a hair larger than the 4.
Yeah.
And we were very cautious to, with a blade, you want to keep as much mass as you can right behind impact.
Yeah.
So as you pointed out, there's a lot of thickness right there, because that's going to lead to solid feel. It's
Yeah.
going to lead to just more control and everything.
Yeah. Give them a hit and certainly see how they compare to my current ones. But these sort of feel quite similar to, off the face, it's quite similar to my 4s.
That's good. Your comment that they feel the same as the 4s is a great thing, because that's, the blade type player and, the low handicap who wants something this clean, feel is a must. If you give up anything in terms of feel, you've lost that guy.
Yeah.
So that's a big compliment that
Yeah.
it feels the same as the 4s.
Yeah.
Some guys are they rely so heavily on just what TrackMan says.
Yeah.
If TrackMan says this, it does this, and just take it to heart and always go with that. But it's interesting that you take it out and actually take notes throughout your different shots on the course, get miss hits, and record information to really see how it performs.
Yeah, it's another area where you can gain on competitors. I sort of feel if I wasn't doing that, I'd be losing out somewhere. And it's sort of peace of mind for myself that I can stand over a shot and I know exactly what this club's going to give me.
Right.
And I know if I hit it in the middle of the club, it's going to go this far. And like I said, the feedback from a slight mishit that I get is so precise that it helps me on every single shot I hit.
That's great.
The feel, the precision, the feedback is what I'm used to. And straight away I'm getting it.
Good.
From a user of blades for many years, I'll look at that in the same way that I look at my own blades now. So for me, it would be such an easy switch, but I know that I'm getting slightly more out of them.
Right. So maybe that 5-yard loss from the heel shot might be a 3-yard loss with these.
Exactly.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah.
If anything, what the channel back does is it gives you, it's not more distance, but it's more consistent distance.
Yeah.
So you still get the blade look and the blade feedback, but when you hit that slight miss hit, it's going to go closer to your pure distance.
Yeah, exactly. And distance control is a huge part of the game, as we know. So especially at our level. So the more consistency they can give me, the better. I think the 4 is probably a little squarer, the head. Yeah, the MP-5 looks slightly more rounded, and it does look more forgiving.
I think he's spot on with everything he said. It's a little bit longer from heel to toe on the MP-5 versus the 4, just a hair longer.
Yeah.
It's also slightly more rounded. I think you were right about that. The leading edge is a little bit more rounded. The top line just a smidge thicker, but I mean everything you said in terms of it looks like it just gained a little weight maybe. You know,
Yeah.
it's slightly bigger, but you know with that comes a good deal more forgiveness.
Yeah.
So it still holds true to a blade at address, but it gives you a lot more out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's I can see myself with these in the bag pretty quickly.